Before we begin, we would like to say that, in our opinion, what follows is not suitable for children, or for those of you who are Marxists, woke wankers, or complete fucking ming-mongs.
Right. Should we get started?
Yes!
Right. I'm ready when you are.
Here we go then. Hold tight, everybody.
Oh, for God's sake.
Piss off!
Why am I surrounded by idiots?
Hello, Grumpies. Greetings from the Shadowband Dimension. As you should know by now, there are lots of things that make me grumpy, such as Marxists, anti-Semitism, the SNP, abortion, wokery, the balls up that's been made of Brexit, and the current state of the show that used to be Doctor Who. But there are other things that make me confused rather than grumpy, like Disney thinking that Rey Palpatine will sell more Star Wars toys than Luke Skywalker when the opposite is true. Nobody wants Rey Palpatine action figures or Reva lightsabers, but Luke, a character the fans want to see again, just done properly this time instead of turned into a space tramp who's a complete loser. Luke Skywalker stays on the bench, while Coach Kennedy puts Rey Palpatine into the first team instead. Something else that makes me confused is Trump Derangement Syndrome. I don't get it, I just don't. Any fair-minded non-Ming-Mong can see that what's going on is a political witch hunt. The left are clearly running scared, but why? I don't get it. He's only one man, on his own, with hardly anybody watching his back. Is he really that much of a threat? I can't see it myself. Just what are the left so scared of? What say you, Yankee Grumpy? Here in godless America, the Uniparty continues to shit on the will of the people. We have this delusion in the United States that we have two political parties, the Republicans and the Democrats. The Republicans are the Dumblicans, and the Democrats are the Demonocrats. Two sides of the same globalist coin, the Uniparty blob, sponsored by the WEF. Now, the Dumblicans, the only thing that makes sense about them is that 1, they're asleep at the wheel, or 2, they're in cahoots with the Demonocrats. How else do you explain them Marxist bastards getting away with cheating every election cycle? In America, the dead only vote Democrat, usually twice. Now, I know that ain't the Uniparty narrative, but ain't nobody buying that shit except a dumbass that watches CNN. Y'all go read a book called Black Box Voting, and think about this. Them big tech companies that's always getting hacked by the Russians, y'all expect me to believe that them voting machines are more secure than Microsoft and Wall Street banks? How dumb do they think we are? Creepy Uncle Joe, who likes them young and as mad as a box of frogs, got into the White House on the back of the biggest ballot harvesting switcheroo in history. Creepy Joe announced his intention to run again in 24 in a video. Not a press conference, a video. Why? Because he got applesauce for brains and they can't trust him to do it live and not mess it up. As for VP Kamala Harris, she's as dumb as a bag of rocks. But then, the Democrats are against discrimination, especially on the grounds of ability. Creepy Uncle Joe is a CCP stooge who don't know what day it is, let alone where the bodies is buried. Sure, he beat Trump fair and square in the last presidential election. The Democrats did not take advantage of the China virus pandemic to lock everybody up and force them to vote by post, because as we all know, voting by post is even more secure and less open to fraud than a Dominion software voting machine. The question non-left folks should ask is, why are the left so scared of Trump? I mean, think about it. How much did he actually achieve? Apart from not starting a war and boosting the economy. Did Hillary go to jail? No, she didn't. Did the wall get built? No, it didn't. Did he drain the swamp? No, he didn't. If the Uniparty deep state were able to frustrate his agenda so completely last time, why are they so determined to take him down when they could just as easily do it all again? And they are determined to take him down and take him out. Just last week, Tucker Carlson got the bullet from Fox News for not playing softball with his audience and casting doubt on the Uniparty's narrative about January 6th. Taking out Tucker removes another piece from the cultural chessboard, shutting down one of the last remaining voices on the dinosaur media that ain't in lockstep with the official Uniparty line. Low information voters who ain't paying attention now got one less opportunity to hear dissent from the narrative, which is what the Uniparty want. I'm going to let the boy speak for himself. Yo, go ahead, Tucker.
Both political parties and their donors have reached consensus on what benefits them, and they actively collude to shut down any conversation about it. Suddenly, the United States looks very much like a one-party state.
The Uniparty deep state blob don't want you hearing nothing except what they want you to hear, and they don't want you to hear from Trump. Trump's problem is he's not a politician. He's a businessman. Dealing with New York construction unions didn't prepare him for just how dirty they play politics in Washington. As a result, he totally underestimated his enemies on both sides. The Democrats hate him because he can't be bought. He's already got plenty of money of his own. And the dumb-looking establishment despise him because he won't play the politics game by the agreed Washington rules. You know why Trump won in 2016? The Democrats were so confident Hillary Clitoris would win that they didn't cheat as much as they normally do. So when Trump got the White House, Eisenhower's military-industrial complex shit the bed big time. You'll need to get this. These Marxist bastards, they're a minority controlling the majority, manipulating the majority, fooling the majority into thinking they're outnumbered when they ain't. They're just not motivated enough to resist yet. My question's this: how bad do things have to get before you get up off your fat ass and do something? So they've gone for Trump again. This time officially for an NDA with a porn star. What the fuck is going on there? Well, they say getting Stormy Daniels to hush her cocksucking mouth helped him in the election. The proper response to which is 3 words: Hunter Biden's laptop. You think suppressing that story didn't help creepy Uncle Joe? Then there's the other 3 words: Hillary Clinton's emails. You remember the Mar-a-Lago raid? Oh my God, Trump's got classified documents. That dog and pony show was a fishing expedition to see if they could find something, anything, to stop him running again, or smear him so bad he can't get the votes of all them independents in the middle. The ones the voting machines in Maricopa County don't flip, that is. Come to find out all the time, creepy Uncle Joe had documents too, but they ain't gonna do nothing about that. Innocent till proven guilty in the land of the free and the home of the brave? Well, not anymore. Depends who you are. Like Alec Baldwin. Shot a girl dead, ain't getting charged with nothing. The big problem is that the non-left are complacent. They think the weirdo fringe of society will stay on the fringe. Then they're shocked when the weirdo fringe that they've empowered by not resisting them start coming for their kids. The evangelicals? They're too busy playing church instead of going out into all the world like they were told to and getting involved in actually changing things. The non-left need to wise up real fast. You can't compromise anymore. Them days are gone, brother. If you do, them wokies will take advantage of it all day long. You can't play nice and expect them to be reasonable. They're not reasonable. Understand this. They hate you. They will always hate you. And if you don't resist them, they will take you out. That quiet life you think you're going to get if you just keep your head down, that ain't never going to happen, sugar. Pick a side and do it right quick. Because there ain't going to be no neutrals in what's coming next. And what's coming next, I kid you not, is the CCP USA, the Communist States of America. But first, they have to take Trump out. Why? Because he's a roadblock to their Marxist master plan. He's the wrecking ball to political correctness. He's the lightning rod that says what the sheep think, but are too scared to say. He's the one who distracts the people from the distraction of all this woke BS. The reason he's so dangerous is that he inspires the voters to question the narrative. That's why they gotta take him out. By any means necessary. The last thing they want is the sheep asking questions and waking up to the fact that the entire country has been turned into Chicago. Eisenhower's military-industrial complex has done mutated into a military-industrial pharmaceutical complex. Pfizer done made a shit ton of money out of the vaccine. Uniparty told you to get the vaccine. Now they backtracking like crazy on the vaccine. I wonder why. Seems like folks who questioned all that mask and vaccine shit, I'm starting to think maybe you should have listened to them. Sometimes I know it seems like the fight ain't worth it, that there's no way we can win. I get it. The Uniparty got big pharma, big tech, the media, the White House, FBI, CIA, NSA, academia, and Hollywood all in their back pocket. Let me let you into a little secret. The left want this shit to break down in a civil war. If they want to play hardball, well, the Dumblikins need to wise up fast and learn how to play hardball harder than the Democrats do. They need to stop playing defense and start playing offense. Now, how in the world they gonna do that? Well, here's an idea. Use the left's own weapons against them, because they working. Now they playing catch-up, and they gotta be smart. The Democrats are master manipulators, maneuvering the Dumblikins at every turn into a cultural checkmate. They need to strengthen their frame and stop caring about what labels get put on them by the left. Don't get angry at the injustice. Instead, stay calm and pray, keep your head, and get your Elliot Ness on. Visit some injustice on them instead. It's that Untouchables hospital morgue thing, you know? They hit you, you hit them twice as hard and twice as fast. That's the only way you gonna win. Because in godless America, black Marxist lives matter more than whitey ones do. Folks gonna have to stop being sheep. They gonna have to unplug from the matrix. Stop giving the traditional media their time, their money, and worst of all, their trust, because they don't deserve it. They're gonna have to get involved instead of just complaining. And get rid of the old guard establishment Dumblikins like turkey-necked Mitch McConnell, who've been in the Senate since 1895. Break up the Uniparty. Get themselves over to places like Rumble and Gab and the Podcastverse. Dump that cable news shit. Get yourself some independent alternative voices that ain't censored, compromised, or subsidized by Soros and Pfizer. If the Uniparty want to go for Trump, then the Dumblikins need to get serious about this shit and finally go for Hillary and Soros and Hunter Biden and subpoena those Secret Service dudes who went with Billy Clinton to Epstein Island. Find out what they got to say. What about Hillary's server and all her missing emails? What about Benghazi? What about the FISA warrants? Why ain't they being investigated? Seems to me like it's long past time they should be. The Twitter files? Government colluding with Twitter and Facebook, working with the FBI and the CIA to censor its own people? The government spying on a journalist's emails? Seems to me we ought to pay more attention to that. If it's open season on the left's political opponents, from President Trump all the way down to Joe the Plumber, then maybe it should be open season on the political left too. How'd you like that idea? After all, they ain't got nothing to hide. Till next time, y'all resist them Marxist bastards. Don't y'all be a sheep, and y'all stay grumpy now, hear? Bye-bye.
If you're a lefty and have been affected by anything in this video, you know what you can do, don't you?
Fuck off!